Hi there, everybody. My name is Ink. We're going to talk about caloric intake at events and protein planning for events. This is not a large scale class. This is a small scale class talking about the very baby steps of setting up basic diets and food planning. Um, a couple of things we're not going to do here. We're not going to talk about anything outside of calories and protein. Fiber and vitamins are important, but at a 3-day event, hitting your calories and your protein have a higher impact on your event than anything else, right? If you're missing vitamin C for 2 days, you will notice it, but you won't die of scurvy. Another thing is we're not going to talk about good and bad calories here. Food is food. It's all going to make your body run. We're not going to put morals to food here. If you get all of your calories that you need from McDonald's and all the protein you need from McDonald's, guess what? You had a successful event. Did everybody look up their BMR? When we talk about your calorie intake for an event, understanding what your BMR is really helpful for getting your baseline. You'll take whatever that base BMR that you got is and multiply it by 1.33 or 1.55 to get moderate or light activity levels. I use the one on Forbes. It's free, it's easy, it's accessible, and it's close enough. This is not a specialized system. This is an overview to help you start succeeding and specialize from there. Um, the only other term that we kind of have to specialize in today is shelf stable. Shelf stable means that it doesn't need refrigeration and it can stay good in most heat and cool, right? Think Cheetos before they're open, Cheez-Its before they're open. You would eat those if they were unopened at an event, but you would not eat milk that had been sitting out for the entire event. These are the differences between shelf stable and not shelf stable items. So once you get your BMR, that's your base calories to survive, and you decide if your event has been low or moderate or high activity, that's your calories you're going to need for the event. You multiply that by the amount of days you're at the event, and that's the base number of calories you need at the event. That includes snacking, sauces, alcohol if you drink. All of these things add into that. Most people are hitting their base at events. The big number we need to talk about is protein. The average person needs between 0.8 grams and 0.2 grams of protein per pound of weight, right? So if we go right down in the middle at 1 gram per weight, at 190 pounds, I should be eating right around 190 grams of protein a day. That's a lot, it seems. But let's remember 2 tablespoons of most peanut butter is 24 grams of protein and only 110 calories. So that happens faster than you think. I have found a lot of success with protein counting and BMR. I used to weigh 110, I weigh 190. That is good growth for me, not bad growth for me. But at one point, I had to change where my BMR was, my daily, to a lower because I had gained too much weight. That's part of the conversation, recognizing when you need to adjust for where you're at. At events, we're doing more things. We need to have a little bit more calories. Having or keeping track with these stops you from going, I'm running a little more today. Let's eat 500 more calories every day for the rest of the week. It's small changes more so than big changes. This is not, again, a long-term diet plan. This is a short-term plan for several days in a row, not for the rest of your life. So the golden rule I do whenever I bring food is I want half of the food I need or I'm bringing to the event to not be refrigerated or heated when I'm planning on eating it. So if you're going to a 2-day event and you want to bring 6 hard-boiled eggs, those are easy enough to keep cool. But if I bring 6 hard-boiled eggs, a steak, and a gallon of milk, that's a lot of cooling I need to think about. The second golden rule is you need to be thinking about what you need to bring to consume your items, right? Those 6 items, we need silverware for the eggs, we need a pan to cook the steak, and we need a glass to drink the milk. If we can consolidate this and just bring 6 eggs, peanut butter, and water and protein powder, we now only need a glass and silverware. We no longer need a pan and fire. Does that all make sense? Consolidating down the things you bring to the event help out a lot. Also recognizing what foods are good and bad for what you're trying to do with them. A protein bar may be a great snack, but it's not a good dinner. And a bowl of soup may be a great dinner, but it is a bad protein snack on the side of the field. So let's talk about some high protein options that are kind of the classics, right? 2 tablespoons of peanut butter in a tortilla, right? That's 250 calories, 24 grams of protein, and easy to eat. Don't need to keep it hot, don't need to keep it cold. Goes down fast. 1 or 2 ounces of your average nut mix is 172 grams or calories with 19 grams of protein, right? Well, we all can't eat nuts just to survive. So we start adding other options. Many people in this community will have used the Equal nutrition shakes. You can get those from any or most online providers for $20. They're a great option for filling in on snacks. Meals will be a conversation for a different point. Protein powder is a great price saving option, but it's not the most delicious option. But it is easy, and easy counts for a lot at events. If you are trying to hit protein goals and calorie goals, and you are trying to stay within the golden rules, a couple rules to think about, right? How you're going to eat those calories. Bread, tortillas, any kind of wraps are great for chicken salad, tuna fish, nut butters. Those things all have high protein, easy to eat, right? They're good for sandwiches, they're good for quick eating. Cheese sticks, hard boiled eggs are great, easy protein snacks that are really easy to keep cool. They're individually wrapped. If water or ice touches them, they won't get destroyed. Any questions? Yeah. That's basal metabolic rate. So that's the amount of calories you need in one day to stay your current weight. I use Forbes. You can look up Forbes, BMR. That gives you the base you need, and then you can look up online to see. I think it's multiply it by 0.133 for light activity, 0.155 for moderate activity, and 0.175 for intense activity. Yeah, we can do that. Awesome.
So when you are in the grocery store doing that pre-event grocery run for food, what elements should people prioritize?
I would say if you are just starting meal planning for an event, I would look for things that don't have to be refrigerated or don't have to be cooked. You really want to hit one of those 2 things. Especially early on in your Bellegarth career, those hitting both of those things every single time can be incredibly hard. Having a mix of options that is cooked, not cooked, edible raw and not edible raw, will help you succeed and not waste money, which is something we all are looking to do right now.
I'm just pounding ground mung beans and gas station honey buns every day to hit my calories and protein. Am I gonna die?
No. I used to hit my calorie and protein goal by eating only peanut butter, tortillas, and honey every event with bottles of water. That was a bad time, but it did get us there. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. Have a great day.